Hi, Kat Chancellor with Stamp Art Connection and StampArtConnection.com. I want to show you how to make this card from the New Occasions catalog. It's from the Floral Romance Suite, and it's this beautiful card right here. This card is going to use Petal Pink and some of the wonderful, wonderful designer series paper that is part of this suite. And here you have it. You have the designer series paper, some of these wonderful floral romance seals, and some of the lace dynamic textured impressioned embossing folder. So here is the lace and textured embossing folder that we're going to use. It's got a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful texture, and we're going to use that with our embossing plates. Here are the seals that we're going to use as embellishment. The designer series paper that comes with this set just has some really delicious, delicious pieces. Not only just the regular paper, but if you look right here, they have this beautiful, beautiful vellum, and we're going to be using this vellum to create our card. We're also going to be using the dies and the stamps from the wonderful romance set, and here are the dies. Here's my little piece of vellum that I'm going to be using. And just some wonderful, wonderful dies, including this beautiful die that's going to cut out our sentiment, and this little die here that we're going to use to add some embellishment to our card. And I have this stamp here, and this is one of our cling stamps that says, "You are the best thing I ever knew I needed." So that's going to be our sentiment. The colors that I'm using are going to be, and let me just go ahead and set these aside. We're going to use a piece of Petal Pink cardstock, and this cardstock is cut at our 5 1/4, our 5 1/2 and 4 1/4, and I'm cutting it the long way. And then we're going to use a piece of Petal Pink that we're going to use as our embossing piece. And this is going to be at 5 1/4 by 4. And we're going to emboss that with our embossing folder right there. And then we're going to stamp our sentiment with our fresh fig, and then cut it out with this wonderful piece right here. Finally, I'm going to use this vellum, and we're going to fussy cut some of these wonderful flowers and put that together around our card. Okay, so let's get started. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and go over to my Big Shot, and I'm going to use this dynamic embossing folder, and I'm going to emboss my paper. Okay, I already embossed it, and I just want to show you that I lined up this pattern along the center of my paper. So there it is, and I'm going to use this that I'm going to put right here on the top of my base card. So now that I've got that piece done, I'm now going to stamp my sentiment with my fresh fig. There we go. I'm just going to clean off my stamp, and I'm going to cut that out with my with this ring right here, and I'm going to cut it out this way because this is going long ways. And I'm also going to take this piece right here and use my vellum and cut out a couple of pieces of this of these sprigs with my white vellum. Okay, so I've run my sentiment through my Big Shot. I'm just going to go ahead and I can just use my nail and just very gently just run it around the edge, and all the little pieces fall out very nicely. So there is my sentiment. Here are my 2 little sprigs of vellum that I'm going to set aside because I'm going to use them for my as an embellishment. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my vellum and a nice sharp pair of scissors, and I'm simply going to cut around a piece of the flower here, because I'm going to fussy cut this. Let me just pull in here, and you can kind of see how I fussy cut. And I just kind of follow the edge all the way around. It's vellum, so it's actually, oh, it's just a breeze to cut. Your scissors just glide over this vellum. Okay, there's that piece. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cut another piece very carefully. And I want several of these flowers cut so that I can kind of create a bit of a bouquet around the sentiment. And then I'm going to add this beautiful gold medallion. That's just going to kind of add to set it off. So I have those 3, and you can kind of begin to see how I want to build some of these flowers around my medallion. So I'm just going to continue to cut some more out. Okay, so there we go. Okay, and now I'm going to build my flowers around it. I'm going to want this flower here. I'm going to want this flower here. And then I'm going to want this and this right here. And the way I'm going to build this is I'm just going to use some of my glue dots. And I'm just going to go ahead and stick this here. I'm going to, oops, I've got a glue dot on my finger, so I'm going to just peel that off. Stick that there. And I'm going to, I want to put this one here and this one there. But what I want to do first is I want to take my beautiful Floral Romance seals and it's already got sticky on it, but what I want to do is I want to get a small, glue dot right here, because I'm going to put that right here, so that I'm going to glue this, and I've got the small glue dot on the bottom, so I'm going to kind of glue it like right there. So I have a dimensional on this side, and I'm going to allow the sticky part to glue onto my sentiment, so it kind of keeps it propped up, and then I'm going to go ahead and attach my flowers. And see, this was kind of snipped off, so I want to slip that one right along in there, and then I'm just going to put this one right over here. And there you go. And I could probably put, I could cut right here. I could take this darker leaf right here. See this darker leaf? I'm going to cut this darker leaf right here. I got my little glue dot, and I'm just going to add this darker leaf. Is going to go right over here. You can't even see that edge, but what it does is it kind of brings some darker color in there. And then I'm taking these little sprigs, and I'm going to put these little sprigs again using my glue dots. I'm going to put these little sprigs underneath right there, and a little sprig over here. A little sprig, and I'm going to make sure that I get it right underneath right there. So there you go. Look how pretty that is. That was so easy to do. And now all I have to do is add an inside sentiment to my card right here. And there you go. You were the best thing that ever happened to me. Looks just like this one that's here in the catalog. Very fast, very simple, using your dynamic embossing folder, this wonderful, wonderful vellum, these nice, beautiful romance seals, and boom, you have a card. So this is Kat Chancellor with Stamp Art Connection and StampArtConnection.com. Thanks for watching. Please like this video and go to my website where I have more information and you can take advantage of the ultimate bundle. Happy stamping.